A 27-inch OLED panel with a 1440 pixel resolution and 240 Hz refresh rate? At a price point hovering around $500, it challenges the big players like Asus and Corsair, who price similar monitors in the $700 to $800 range. We are talking about the Koorui 27E8QK. Recently, we have gotten our hands on one, and does it perform as the spec sheet says? You will find out just that in today's video. You might not have heard of Koorui, but you might know about HKC, its parent company. HKC is one of the leading manufacturers of display panels that supplies displays to companies like LG. They also supply display panels for many well-known mobile brands. So they already are a well-known hardware manufacturer that entered the market with their panels by using the brand Koorui. Now, if you thought Koorui came out of nowhere, you might understand it's not exactly true. And from what we have been seeing from the company, it is clear that they are here to stay and compete as the underdog. With that aside, let's get straight into the monitor. Let us talk more about the build. After assembling, it looks sleek and largely inspired by modern design aesthetics. The clean lines and slim profile make it look sophisticated, and the RGB lighting on the back adds a subtle flair. It's a full plastic build, but you can hardly tell without touching it. Overall, the design gets an A+ from us. It just looks really good and proves that Koorui is actually trying to be someone in the monitor market. Then let us come to the build. It's impressive for the price, with an adjustable stand allowing height, tilt, swivel, and pivot customizations. It's also VESA mount compatible. However, we found the stand was not as sturdy as we thought, and could have been better. The display looks nice turned off. Maybe it is because of the semi-matte coating on the screen that reduces glares. We cannot forget about connectivity and features. The 27E8QK has a 90-watt USB-C port, capable of power delivery and video transmission, HDMI, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and audio output. The inclusion of a KVM switch is another highlight, enabling seamless switching between devices, a feature rarely seen in this price range. The on-screen display also impressed us, offering robust customization options like picture presets, color modes, and gaming tools like crosshairs and picture-in-picture modes. All these made us feel that Koorui has been really thoughtful in building this monitor. Now onto the main course, the display performance. The 27E8QK is built around an excellent OLED panel featuring 3.6 million self-illuminating pixels. The result? Exceptional control over light and color that traditional backlit displays just can't match. Whether we were watching movies or even just editing photos, the 98% DCI-P3 color gamut and 1.07 billion colors delivered vibrant and immersive output. If we use an LG or MSI monitor as the benchmark, the Koorui held its ground surprisingly well, particularly in SDR mode. It excelled in brightness and color accuracy, hitting around 240 to 250 nits, which is more than sufficient unless you're in a brightly lit room. Furthermore, it worked seamlessly on PC and PS5 at 1440p. However, the lack of OLED dimming on bright highlights was noticeable in certain scenes. It's not that big of a deal if compared to the overall performance of the monitor. What's the use of an OLED if you don't game on it? As gamers, we understand the appeal of a high refresh rate, and this monitor's 240 Hz refresh rate and 0.03 milliseconds response time made it a joy to play fast-paced titles like Call of Duty or Overwatch 2. The instant response time meant no ghosting or motion blur, ensuring crisp visuals even during the most chaotic moments. The inclusion of console-friendly features like 120 Hz support at 1440p on PlayStation was a nice touch, broadening its appeal for multi-platform users. For comparison, Asus and LG models using similar panels may offer slightly more refined HDR, but their performance in SDR and refresh rate capabilities are almost similar to the 27E8Q, making the Koorui a solid alternative. We loved our time with the Koorui, but there are some things that can be improved upon. For example, the stand's wobbliness is a minor annoyance for those of us not planning to use a monitor arm, and the inability to manually control the non-uniform brightness can be a deal breaker for creative professionals. Then, the 1-year warranty is another weak spot. especially when brands like Asus and LG offer 2 to 3 years as standard. We also would have liked to see more advanced HDR options to compete directly with higher-end models, but we believe that Koorui will focus on these in the future. The Koorui 27E8QK might not have the brand recognition of Asus, LG, or Corsair, but it certainly delivers where it counts: performance and value. For gamers, content creators, or even casual users looking for a 1440p OLED monitor that doesn't put a dent in your wallet, it's hard to ignore this offering. While there are trade-offs, they feel minor compared to the overall package. We'd confidently recommend it to anyone who wants premium features without the premium price tag.